Actually remembered to open my character sheet this time.
Yay!
The one thing I always forget.
Launch
Who needs a
OBS.
character sheet?
Desktop audio hopefully is good. Yep, okay. Display is good. Alright, here we go. We are recording. Hello!
I'm not late.
You are not, actually. Oh, it just turned 10:01, so you just barely made it.
It's been 01, but okay. I mean, it's been 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally wasn't talking about stupid stuff about another game with my friends.
Hey, don't do that.
It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, Lord.
Why is there an event called Octi Balboa?
That's Match's game. He's doing Runeterra tonight.
Octi Balboa.
Which, for those of you who are familiar or not familiar with it, Runeterra is the world that League of Legends takes place in.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll stay away.
I'm not a salty person, so I don't play League of Legends.
I love it.
Roasted.
I play League of Legends. I'm also a
played
salty
it.
person.
Let's say I'm
Played it for like a week.
person to play League.
I was gonna say CG plays League and he's awful, so obviously.
CG, are you salty?
And
Depends on the day.
See, the track continues.
Mm-hmm.
It's also
Okay.
like no misogynist.
I see no
Everyone should
difference.
know that.
I'm hearing a lot of slander coming from your direction, Swarm.
Let's get going here.
Been Legend Keeper.
Gonna lighten incense for the mood.
Fuck, what can I do to get in the mood? I could go make a mixed drink.
I'll tell you how you can
Ooh,
get
I'm
in the
gonna
mood.
beer. Good idea.
Yep, here we go.
It's what Embra would probably be doing is drinking.
So, now that we've started the stream,
Oh, hell, I said that on stream.
despite what the beautiful music might be telling you, fellow watchers of the stream, this campaign can get very dark. Some bad things are going to happen. Some swear words are going to be used.
And it get long dark.
Oh, the dark is going to get long. Really long.
Yo, that's the campaign name.
But anyways, yeah.
It is also
If,
what she said.
Mature themes
Yeah, I
are
wish.
going to be used here. Let me just turn you up a little bit, Jeff. Okay. Alright, so let's, with that out of the way, we'll start with the radiant brightness of the luminous shard hanging above the heads of, well, you, and also tavern patrons. The Golden Oak Inn represents safety and comfort amidst the growing chaos outside its doors. Phasia the Fair, an enchantingly beautiful wandering bard who has ties to the city, begins her set with a melodic tune that beckons a call to arms against the darkness that encroaches. Her words echo through the hearts and minds of the patrons, lifting their spirits and tankards high with every syllable uttered. Beyond the inn's protected walls, the tension in Lysandrelis remains palpable. Desiccated bodies are still being collected from the streets, all silent victims of the Shadow's ruthless attacks. The city, gripped by fear, grapples with the looming threat of the second eclipse. The luminolith hanging from the rafters above may provide solace within the inn, but the world outside is a canvas painted with shades of blood and uncertainty. As newly inducted wardens, you have been entrusted with a mission that could alter the course of destiny. Not only your own, but everyone's. You must retrieve the shards of the luminolith where they may lie hidden. But to do this, you must soon step back into the shadows. to face the darkness that threatens to consume your world. And inside the tavern, you're watching as Phasia continues her set. And she's simply calmly singing to the crowd. Everyone's spirits are getting a little bit more lifted. Eli notices you all, waves at you, kind of points to an empty table for you to take some seats. What do you guys do?
I'm probably just gonna sit there and listen to music.
Zigbist wants to go up to the innkeeper and ask what he meant by another more. Like more people being sent out.
Alright, currently Chrysanthus is possibly doing business because you don't see him amidst the crowd. But you do know where his office is if you'd like to go try.
Yes, socially awkward, inept Zigbist is going to knock on the door in the middle of the business day.
You don't hear an answer, but you see something strange occur. Standing in front of the door, a letter slot magically appears. And it opens. And there's this weird sort of darkness that's inside it. You're not sure what's going on. But you see a piece of paper and an inked quill come out of the slot. And on top of the paper, it's basically it's almost like a message system. When he's not around, people leave messages for him, and he can read them. Essentially, at this point, it looks as though he's not around.
Okay. Zigbist will take the letter and quill and just in crude, writing, just very bluntly say, Chrysanthus, please explain what you meant the other day when you said you are sending more out. Zigbist.
Okay.
And he'll just put it in.
All right, you put it in the slot closes, and the box disappears. And for now, it seems that you won't really be able to talk to him.
Understandable.
Okay. Tranquility is going to get herself a small pot of tea, pour a cup and place it opposite her on the table in a sort of a nobody sit there kind of way, and then take a very small cup, like a half a cup of her own, and then say, well, I believe that I have been introduced to Mr. Zigbist here, and of course, Mr. Findelbach, and she indicates Findelbach with a wave of her hand, and of course, I might understand a drunk situation, but
damn it.
Who are you?
Are we all gathered around a table? I take it.
Yes, and
I would
actually,
say at least within earshot.
while she, you guys are all gathered at the table. While she actually is saying all this, Eli comes over with a tray of different drinks. He's got your tea, Tranquility, and he's got some cups to go around. He's also got some tankards of ale to go around. And he's even brought a bottle of wine. He wasn't sure what everyone liked, so he just he's like, well, just enjoy as much as you can. I'll be over here.
Thank you.
Such
Eli,
hospitality.
Food, meat.
Oh yeah, yes,
for the
yes,
table.
of course.
Council paying. Meat,
Right away,
meat.
yes.
Thank you.
He looks at you weirdly. Yes, I'll be right back. And he kind of trots off to a side door that's behind the bar and goes in, and it's only a few moments before he comes back with that and sets it in the center of the table. It's a nice plethora of cheeses and cured meat, as well as some fruit.
Drunk has absolutely no table manners and is just stuffing fistfuls of dried meat, like possibly entire fist or like parts of his hand, just into his mouth with the food, and then just it's disgusting. It's awful to watch. It's horrendous.
And what is everyone else doing at this point?
Honestly, just watching Drunk eat.
Not watching Drunk eat.
I'm at the bar.
Zigbis is just sitting at the table, fettering through his spell book.
Okay.
So I guess-
Emberin. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, so I think at that point, with mouth around just dried meat, Drunk is gonna go, okay, tall hairy man, thin, sad lady, stillness, quiet, no, calm,
Tranquility.
yes, tranquility, small blue man, Zigbist, fireman, quiet lady. Who names?
Gnome.
No, Zigbist.
Zigbis is just gonna go back to his book.
Drunk takes that as assent. Okay, yeah.
Emberin, what are you doing at the bar?
I'm just chilling, man.
Let me see here. I'm gonna.
Emberin's
roll.
in that weird part of he's not in his mind. He's not close enough with these people yet to go chill at the table, so he's still chilling off at the bar.
Right.
Drunk is 100% just going to be like obnoxiously waving you over. Fireman, group
His
over
back
here.
is
Come
turned at the
sit.
bar.
No, come sit. Fireman, seat for fireman over here. Sit. Just not gonna stop. Just no social cues whatsoever. We'll continue doing it until you acknowledge him. Full volume.
Your mouth is full, sir.
Sylvan,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing at this moment?
I am sitting at the table, sipping my ale, watching Drunk eat with great interest.
Okay. Those of you who are, actually, I gotta write this shit down. What's everyone's passive perceptions?
Not good.
10.
11.
Beyond
11.
Where is my
11.
sheet?
a whole 12.
Hey!
Christ. Well then, alright. I guess we will do this. After a few moments, Eli comes back to the bar after dropping off the meat to your party's table, Emberin. And he walks over to you. He says, here we meet again. Same scenario. You look lonely. Emberin?
Gorgo, you there, buddy? Who's in here? I don't know if maybe we lost him.
Sir Corgo.
He might have been
Did he
talking to
DC?
somebody.
DC?
No, either DC'd or he's talking to someone.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Ah, there we go. My internet died. I'm on hotspot again. Awesome.
Oh. Alright, well, did you catch any of what I said?
I heard you say the guy said, "Look, well, we meet again."
Yeah, we meet again, and then he says, you look lonely.
No, I'm just relaxing.
Right, but you seem to prefer to be alone.
Drunk is still full volume waving and calling for you.
And he is actually, Eli's looking past Emberin and noticing that Drunk is doing this, and he's saying, he'll say to you, Emberin, he says, I can't presume you're friends, but I do think your friend is trying to get your attention.
Friend would be a long shot. I don't know any of these people, considering I just met them, 4 hours ago?
That is exactly Drunk's cue. He is going to walk up and go, "Friend! Fireman! Friend! How doing? Barman! Ellen! Eli!"
Hello. Yep, that's right, Eli. Yeah.
Ellen.
Thanks for meat. Meat very good. Thank you.
Oh, no,
Appreciate.
thank you. Sorry to kind of I don't know, enforce a unwanted friendship.
Unwanted, no, good friends. Fireman, very useful in fight. Fireman took down shadows, very helpful.
Eli
Very,
is
very
looking.
strong.
Eli's looking hard at Emberin right now because Ember, you're for someone who's on fire, you're being extremely cold.
I'm not even on fire! My body just glows!
Anyways,
Emberin, I'm about to like hit a nerve for like anyone with like those annoying cousins or siblings. Emberin's got the face of I'm being forced to hang around people I don't want to be around. Like the face you make when your mom's like, "Are you having fun at the family get together?" And your cousins are sitting there screaming behind you, and you're like, "Yeah."
yeah, no.
There's a pained smile, just like shit. Not like he's hiding it, but it's like.
Eli reaches beneath the bar and grabs a bottle of something, well, very familiar to you, Emberin. He procured this the last time that you were here, and he gave it to you, and it was from your home plane, and it was probably the best drink you've ever had in your life.
You mean my hometown?
Hometown, sorry, yeah.
My home plane.
Sorry. Yeah, you're a devil.
Wrong character.
Sure. That's what you want to call me. I see how it is.
And he pours 2 shots, and he hands one to you, Emberin, and he hands one to you, Drunk.
What is?
And he says, "Here. Well, I can't quite explain to you as you seem, forgive me for saying, but a little bit more simple than your friend here."
There's many things. Drunk just has difficulty speaking. Words come hard. Head injury?
I see. Well, this then allow me to explain that this spirit is going to warm you entirely, all throughout, and it won't cost you a penny. I think that this should be a good opportunity for both of you to break bread and decide if you like each other or not.
Drunk holds up the glass. Not bread, liquid. Drunk knows things, not bread. Can't break bread.
Not
Liquid.
bread. Is liquid.
If we want to get technical, spirits are liquid bread, but we won't get into that.
It's just not bread.
Not bread.
Liquid.
Ben leans over.
You
He's
think
like,
Drunk is simple. Drunk knows things, not bread.
Ben, sorry.
Ben's gonna take this moment to come over with his glass of wine. You're right. That's not bread.
Yeah! Thank you, Harry Man. Not bread. Harry Man knows.
He's the lovable idiot of the group, just not bread. That's right, buddy. It goes
All of
in the
you-
square hole.
While
think-
you're...
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go.
If everybody, like, I think Drunk, like, very, very few social cues, but, like, he does genuinely, like, have a pretty good store of knowledge, and I think he can tell that everybody's kind of poking fun at this point, and he's not, like, hurt by it or offended by it. He's kind of open to getting... Yeah, he's kind of open to getting mocked, but I think just to, like, kind of, like, not show off, but, like, he's gonna take a sniff of the glass and go,
It sets your
aged
nose on fire.
Emberin just shoots it back like it's nothing.
Yeah. Drunk does the same.
It
And goes,
burns all the way down. The first one's not going to really do what will happen to you if you drink more, but it nonetheless seems pleasing, and you both seem to take pleasure from drinking it. And
So if I remember, Emberin just starts glowing a little bit brighter, didn't he?
yeah, you did. Yeah, there was almost like this energetic effect that occurred. Yeah, like your flames kind of almost like they were fed with a fuel of some kind. And if we're getting technical, alcohol is a fuel. But this one in particular was especially important to you because it reminded you of home.
I'm not on fire. My hair flows like flame, and I glow like I'm because and aesthetically, I look like I'm made of magma.
Hmm.
Um,
What is name? Not fireman. We'll stop calling fireman. What is name?
Oh yeah, nobody's asked his name this entire time.
he's just been calling you fireman.
Hey, excuse me. Tranquility asked everybody's name like
Yeah,
back at the
and
start of the
That
scene.
is true.
Ember
yeah, you
was
did.
standing
Literally
over by the
everybody's.
bar, so I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm following Tranquility's lead with that. Finn poking Embrin.
Well, at this point, now that you
I
guys
am,
have
in
your
fact,
drinks,
not of made of fire.
at this point, now that you guys have your drinks, there's like a couple patrons that are like tapping you on the shoulder, like, "Are you guys using these seats? Can we sit here?"
No, using seats. Do not take. Drunk like immediately gets like the like happy-go-lucky demeanor kind of drops, and he gets like pretty firm. Like
Okay.
like a little bit unnecessarily so.
They're just like, "Oh, okay, and they go
Then
like,
immediately goes back to pestering Embrin. Not fireman. What is name?
There is just the internal dread of just, oh my gods.
We'll keep calling fireman if fireman okay.
But he's
My
very
na-
specifically not on fire. So he says.
What else call him? Rockman? Lava man. Lava man.
My
Magma Man?
name,
Emberman. Ooh, we're almost there.
my. He's not pausing. I'm laughing. My name is Embrin.
Embrin. Okay, Embrin, drunk. Hairy man is fun for Finn. Hairy man is Finn.
I'm also fun.
Rolling something here.
Remains to be seen.
My hotspot is so laggy.
Oh my god.
I gotta take a screenshot. Swarm, you have an amazing freeze frame.
Anyway.
Sylvand.
Yes.
A gnomish patron takes the empty seat next to you. And he looks a little drunk because he kind of does so wobbly. And he has two pairs of dice in his hands. He says, "You gamble? You look like the gambling type.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
You play Pig, a game called Pig. You heard of it?"
I have. But out of character, I'm going to need you to tell me how to play that.
So essentially, how it goes is you roll a d6, and every time you roll, you accumulate points to add to your score according to what the die says. But if you roll a 1, your score resets and you lose. So the goal is to get your score as high as possible without rolling a 1. Whoever has the most at the end wins, and also wins the wager.
Okay.
Do you want to use your loaded dice? Yeah, I was gonna say. This will be good. So what that's gonna do is that's gonna give you advantage on either. I would say that'll give you advantage on your sleight of hand checks when rolling your dice.
Okay.
Or you're allowed to use sleight of hand to alter your dice rolls. Let me go ahead and do this then. He gives you, or doesn't give you, and he says, "Oh, all right, fine. You sure you don't want to use my dice? It's broken in."
These are my lucky dice.
Suit yourself, all right. And you start the game. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Six.
Wow. All right. Go ahead and roll again. Keep going. And he loses. He says, "Ugh, God." All right.
Play again.
All right, let's do it for real this time. What do you say we wager some gold?
Sure. How much?
He pulls a satchel from his waist and sets it on the table, opens it, starts counting. He's like, he's going through. He's noticing that, at least from what you can see on his face, that he clearly doesn't have as much as he wanted to have. This guy looks like he might be a bit of a gambling junkie.
All right.
He
Well,
says,
I'm gonna take him for a ride then.
I can go 5 gold.
Okay, 5.
Let me see it. You put your 5 gold up.
So I'll take my 5 gold out of my coin purse and show it to him. Put it on the table.
Okay. He approves. Alright. Get your dice. Let's do this.
Alright, so go ahead and roll a 1d6 again now.
Yep. He's immediately going to lose. He says, Gods! Oh! Fuck it! And he just he swipes his hand across the table and he actually causes Beja to stop playing and some of the crowd to hush. Like he looks very upset.
I'll tell him, hey, you're drawing a little bit of unwanted attention here. Why don't we take a break?
You fucking cheated.
I assure you that I did not cheat. You were the one that rolled a 1, not me.
Just kind of happened.
He seems to calm down ever so slightly, and he just goes, Alright, well, screw the lot of you. And he grabs his dice and leaves. He gives you the 1 or the 5 gold coins that he had promised.
Thank you.
And the crowd seems to pick back up in tempo. And Phasia continues to play. This guy just waltzes off. And he goes kind of beyond the stage a little bit towards this back area of the tavern. And at this point, Sylvan, roll me a perception check.
18.
Nice.
You notice kind of off in a back walled section of the tavern, amidst a corner, sitting at a table alone, is a cloaked figure. Seems to be armored as well underneath. He has his arms kind of laid out on the table like so, and you can see that he's got some bracers on. You can't see his face fully, but you can make out the bottom portion of it. His mouth is tightly locked, and he's got a chiseled jaw. He's got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow going on. And he seems to be looking at you. At least from what you can see.
Do I recognize this person?
With that, go ahead and roll me a intelligence.
10.
He doesn't look familiar at all. You haven't seen him in your travels, in your past, in anywhere in this city whatsoever at all until now.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna get up and walk towards this guy.
I just love
Okay.
the sound that it makes where it just sucks them. It's like
You do so. He kind of shifts a little bit as you approach because he can see you approaching. He kind of grabs the top of his hood and pulls it down just a little bit more so that you can barely see his face.
Okay.
And you approach, And he doesn't even acknowledge or say anything as you approach. He just simply sits and waits. He takes a swig of his drink.
All right.
He's
So
almost expectant of response or some kind of introduction from you first.
I'm gonna walk up towards him and take the chair that's next to him and flip it around so I'll sit like I'm sitting backwards and just arms crossed, staring in front of him. Be like, I couldn't help but notice you've been eyeing me. What's going on? Can I help you with something?
He doesn't say anything for a moment. And he leans forward towards you. He says, "You're perceptive."
Well, you're not making it very, very hard to notice.
Either that or you're just more accustomed to what you do than even you realize.
Okay. And what do you want exactly? I'm over here. I'm talking to you now. What do you need?
I've really just stumbled across all of you, at least recently. I came here because, well, sky above provides all the answers you could want. I'm here to fight.
I hope you're not here to fight us.
Of course not. No, I am simply here because our threads are tangled, waiting to be unraveled. You walk a path that touches many others, my friend.
Okay. Can we stop talking in riddles and just say what you mean, please?
I am simply here to help things along.
Great. Okay. What things are you helping along?
I know this is the old map, but you know what I mean.
Everything's but a shifting tide, and we're all but boats on its waters.
Okay, well, on that note, I am going to sail away in my boat to my table with my party.
I love it.
He says, "You seem to be troubled beneath the surface. You don't want to see. You don't want to see the answers that lie concealed. You don't want to seek anything other than what's inside yourself. I can tell just by your demeanor towards me. What if I was just simply admiring how you look? What if I just happened to be glancing past you at the moment you looked at me? Who's to say I'm even here for you?"
Well, you were staring right at me, and you weren't doing it in a coming on to me kind of way. This was a very creepy stare.
Well, I apologize. That wasn't my intent. I was just simply observing the crowd.
Okay. Well, if there's anything else that you'd like to cover, I'm right here. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to my table.
Nice.
Before you go, tell me, you seem, at least, And you can see that he's looking you up and down. He's kind of like shifting his head up and down. You seem capable.
Oh, yeah, he's right here.
What can you offer when fighting against the darkness?
I can offer
I gotta
you
reload.
a sword and a bow. And I have exceptional skills elsewhere, which I am not about to oblige you with.
It's no need anyways. I was just curious.
I'm sure he already knows everything about me anyway.
So he says, I apologize for the rude introduction. You may call me Whisper.
Quite alright, Whisper. Alright, well, I'm Sylvan. It's nice to finally meet you.
Is there something you're dwelling on? I can see it in your face. You hold a dark secret.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The shadows cling to you, much like they cling to the light.
Seeing how you know so much about me, what kind of secret do you think I'm holding?
I got 6 minis.
Maybe nothing. Maybe something. It's not really for me to discover
I'll take a scope.
or to know. It's where you come in. Danger, you throw yourself into it. I can see by the scar on your face. I can see by the weapons you carry, by the way you carry yourself, by the way you're even sitting in that chair. Danger is like a riddle, and it requires careful contemplation, and you seem to be cavalier, almost.
I got 4.
Well, thank you for noticing.
It wasn't a compliment. I was merely stating that you are far more vulnerable than I think even you like to admit.
I got him.
Okay, I'm not really sure how to respond to that.
You don't need to. It's just mere piece of advice that I can give a fellow adventurer like myself.
Well, please advise me. Tell me what do I need to do?
Follow what you think you should. The light or the dark. Clearly, the world around us seems to want to do just that.
Well, I can tell you that the one and only thing that I follow is myself. I don't take orders from anybody. I do what I want when I want to.
Over here.
So naive. And yet, so typical, really, of someone such as yourself. He takes a big swig of his ale, and he says, don't take that as a slight. That's merely pointing to the baser instincts of humanity. In this moment, I want to kind of like cut away to others.
Sure.
In the midst of your conversation with this Whisper character. Everyone else, you at the bar, Embrin, Zigbist, Fimblebach, you're kind of trying to convince Embrin to come over to the table. You're just kind of like usher him over, start making friends.
747.
And
Yeah,
it's at this moment that you, go ahead. You can do that, and then I'll kind of introduce the.
Embrin, Finn should go back to table. Get to know group. We're stuck together now. Also, looks like Silver Hair didn't get her name left. Talking to man in the corner. Should keep an eye on that. But should head back over to table, yeah?
I'm fine with that. What about you, Umbrin? You gonna join the fun?
Since I'm so desired to be at the table, I might as well.
757?
Well, as we established, you are incredibly hot. I mean warm.
Huh?
Finn just
I would've-
chuckles to himself as he walks away.
I would have taken that as a compliment if I didn't realize the pun right after.
No, it's probably just an internal ticket. I'm not really sure why.
Drunk is like elbowing Finn. Already made that joke. Took that one from me.
He's down here.
Oh, did I?
You said
Wow.
that
Yes.
was a Pod 5 thing?
Guys,
You're
make
so
it back.
clever, and I pat him on the
Very
head.
clever. Thank you.
Pod 5 and
You make it back to the table.
You're so clever. No, I'm drunk.
Also that.
He went over to the house.
You make it back to the table,
was,
and you set your drinks out in front of you, and you sit down, and you kind of start conversing. Eventually, everyone does kind of notice that Sylvan is not at the table anymore, and you're looking around the room, and you see that she's talking to some individual and is sort of sitting by himself in the corner of the tavern.
That guy looks weird, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Very
shit,
least
found-
keep an eye.
There's always the one creepy dude in the corner of the bar, usually. Looks like she found him.
I can test it out.
I mean, you're not wrong. I just tend to avoid them because they are said creepy.
Bold of her to
just
just
connect to
approach
one of their
him.
remotes and do it in Chrome.
Or stupid.
Shit.
Sorry about all the
Mm.
Can I roll insight to see their kind of try to get a read on how they're acting?
You may, yep.
Oh, they're in the bunker. They got a bunker.
I got a
You
12.
would presume that everything seems to be cordial so far. You're not
choice of work.
really seeing any indications of uppityness or any kind of raised voices. They just seem to be conversing normally.
Fuck. Oh god, he's still up there.
Anyone
Same
you
with-
think we
same
should
with you,
go
drunk.
over? Or just stay, keep an eye out?
Still healing. Sorry. Thank
I assume that she can handle herself.
Yeah, did well in fight. Took
Almost-
down one of Shadows herself, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I don't.
I think they'll be good.
One.
We should probably just keep an eye out in case things get ugly.
Let's see.
Not that I assume ill intentions of the person, but they're sitting alone in the corner.
you. Sure.
Yeah. Keep an eye.
Anyways,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask, it seems like I missed some things when I left earlier, but y'all have joined up with
Oh, yeah. That
the
might be-
commander, it seems like, and that's what we're doing now. I kind of just went along for the ride. I don't have much else tying me to the city anymore.
No, you've got the gist of it, and to be honest,
Alright.
And Zigbis just, kind of briefly glances around.
around,
Probably still.
I'm more in this for personal gain as well.
And I cannot find.
I see.
I'm not even part of this whole agreement. I'm just along.
There might not be any ultimate personal gain if we don't help to do something in the meanwhile.
Bear with me.
Whatever they need these shards for, it appears to be important, and we don't know. She drops her voice a bit just to avoid spreading panic. We don't know when the eclipse might end.
I think Drunk is nodding
yeah,
vigorously
it's-
with that.
Trying to find.
Still calm? No. Tranquility. Tranquility is right. Very unclear how things will shake out from here. Could be very bad. Self-interest is aligned with doing good.
They're probably
Tranquility,
I'm doing right now.
knowledge is its own payment. It's It's been a while since anyone's ever been through this. Just existing in this moment is payment enough. I just simply need power to make sure I survive this whole thing.
There's two of them. Two.
Well, yes, no one is saying that we shouldn't try to survive this whole thing.
I'm not sacrificing myself. Just saying.
Just a general warning. Don't expect it.
Not doing
It's
it.
not happening.
So we've got
I
I joined
will
for
protect-
personal.
I will protect you. I will not die for randos.
So we've got I joined for gain. I joined to protect people. Fuck this. I'm not dying. I'm over here. I didn't even join. Glad we're all on the same page.
Yep.
Even if interests are different, should stick together. As
He doesn't
Tranquility
even know what's
said.
happening. Finn just came along.
Say that
Naturally.
again?
Finn doesn't even know what's happening. He just showed up.
Yep.
So we've got didn't
Up to speed
join.
now.
We've got didn't join. Just wants gain. Wants to protect. Won't die for you. He's here.
Yep.
Mixed group
Hey.
of motives, but should all stick together. All good.
Maybe we can change all that. We'll see.
No.
You'd be surprised.
You'll learn how stubborn Embrin is.
That's fine. But,
If
go.
my old characters are any indication, Zim,
no, I know.
The world is known to break people.
I break people.
So,
It's like
You
fucking go- oh,
converse
there's,
and you
over on the hill
kind
over here
of
now.
learn how different you are from each other, but also the fact that you are aligned in your purposes and you've been given this new task. It seems like it might be an important one, at least judging by the fact that you had met with the Luminara Council, which is a pretty rare occurrence in itself. As you're all conversing over kind of what's going to be happening next, meanwhile over in the corner of the bar, Whisper looks at
Oh my
you,
God.
Sylvan, and he says,
Scared the crap out of me.
"Are you sure
Fine,
you're
it's
up for
good.
this?"
Yeah.
I don't know if Shadow's back.
Oh, did he disappear?
Yeah, he said burb a little bit ago.
Yeah.
At 10:41. I don't know if he's back yet.
It's 7 minutes. He might be doing stuff.
Oh, shit,
Using
shit,
the
shit.
bathroom, maybe? I don't know.
I also did, in fact, grab a mixed drink. I did, in fact, start method acting.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do it. Wow. I'm still looking at this game time 1, 2, and 3 going.
Yeah, it's nice. Woohoo! So I guess
Yeah.
we can just say that we've all made introductions other than Sylvan, who wasn't at the table. So at some point we'll have to all
Cool.
grill her for her name. But
Correct, yeah.
Nice.
For now, you guys can continue until he returns.
okay, I think Drunk is gonna lean over to Finn. I assume that I probably would have dragged Finn and Embrin to either side of me to sit down, so I have one of you on each side. And Drunk is not subtle about it, but
No, don't
you know,
shut up,
a
shut
little bit
up,
more
shut
subtle
up.
than he normally is, and is gonna lean into Finn and say also mentioned earlier we should
not the last one.
speak in private at some
be over
point.
there.
You mentioned food. Drunk
shit,
hadn't
shit,
thought
shit,
about
shit, shit.
important conversation we need to
Don't
have.
die,
with you.
don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die,
Yeah, of course. Anytime, just pull me aside.
Catch up later. Sound good. And that's all I had.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm just going to continue to sip on my wine. So, what is the next plan? Do we know just yet? I know we're supposed to stay here, but what's the plan for the morning?
Suppose we're waiting to hear from council. Not sure.
The
Yes.
idea is that you are to receive a message from a courier service that works with the council, and they're going to give you your orders privately.
we relax and wait for further information.
I haven't either.
After all,
I'd like to.
if we are supposed to do something, they have to tell us what it is sooner or later.
Yeah. Hopefully
Those
we
of you
find
who
out.
are Those of you who are not sworn to this order, it might be your last chance to leave.
Yeah.
I'm sure he looks at you at that moment, Embrin.
Oops.
I ain't swearing and excuse me. Drink real quick. Excuse me. Leaving my terms simple. I'm not swearing to no order, no faction, no nothing. This is just a contract job for me. You don't do that no swearing allegiance bullshit no more.
Oh, fair enough.
At this moment, Embrin, as soon as you say that, there's like this kind of, the light around you darkens a little bit, and everything kind of muffles, and you hear this
Swear to
voice
God.
in your ear that says, "You're more than just a contract. You're a killer too."
Out loud, he just goes, "Who the fuck asked you?"
I
Oh,
don't think
I
anyone was
did.
talking to you.
not that. No, never mind. What's that over
Inside
there?
check. Inside check.
Yeah.
You can roll an insight.
I hope I pass this by one again.
Oops.
Oh, he's got a +4.
Shit.
So do I.
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
22!
man.
What the fuck? God damn
you
it.
don't know anything.
Oh, Embrin,
I might be a little tipsy.
you've seen him take a few drinks, other than like the occasional, like, just shunting off of people who are bothering him, or he has like this happened in front of the tree too, so this may be like an outburst kind of thing that he does. You're not sure, but it doesn't seem to be malicious or evil or malign in any way. Anyway, excuse me.
Drunk is gonna do a stage whisper to the rest of the group, like deliberately including Embrin, and just go like, "Embrin also drunk. Can't hold his liquor." Embarrassing.
I'm gonna embarrassing. I'm gonna go ahead and like reach around drunk and pat Embren on the back and just be like, "It's okay. Not everyone can hold their liquor that well."
Oh, well, there goes my internet. No more
Just-
camera.
Drunk
No.
just cheersing Finn at that.
What's the disorder where you say things sporadically?
Tourette's.
Tourette. Imagine, remember? It's just I just have Tourette's. Yeah.
Must be.
Oh yeah. and I can hold it. I'm just a little tipsy.
Shadow, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's right. Just was making sure. So back to your conversation with Whisper. He says, so, Christ, what the fuck did I say? I can't remember what I said. Let's go with something new then. You and I are adventurers. We seek to get as much profit as possible.
Yeah, that's right.
What if I told you that I had a job?
Yeah, okay. I'll bite. What kind of job are we talking about here? And what's the pay?
Hmm.
We always get on.
That's the thing. I'm not sure how you'll react to this. but I have been tasked by a rather wealthy individual to head into the Shadow Loom to the north and find something of high value. And I can't do it alone.
And I guess this is where I come in.
Well, you and, of course, anyone that you're traveling with. And I saw you sit down with them over there. Are they traveling with you?
Yes, they are.
6 of you. That should be sufficient. Do you have any plans? As far as your agenda, where are you going anywhere? Or are you able to fulfill my request immediately?
I don't think we have anything planned just yet. We have, we're actually going to be venturing out. What is it called? The Shadow Loom or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Long Dark, Shadow Loom.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we're going to be heading out into there shortly. We're preparing for a journey out there to look for luminolith shards.
Yep.
You know that.
And he says, roll me an insight check when he does that.
Eight.
Hi. I was trying to get up there.
Okay. He says, perhaps you will be of some use to me. I, of course, can pay. But I should wish to accompany you on your efforts, if you wouldn't mind. I can even provide as my services as a guide wherever you may need to go. I've been all around Elyssara.
Okay.
When they're gonna do a map update.
Why don't you come with me and I will introduce you to my companions here, and we'll see how they feel about all of this.
He finishes his drink, finishes like the last quarter inch of stuff in the tankard, and puts it on the table. He says, "Let's do that." And you lead him as he stands up and comes around the table. You kind of usher him towards the table where your companions are sitting. You guys are all engaging in friendly conversation about yourselves when you see this cloaked figure as well as Sylvan approach.
Silverhair made a friend. Sit back down. Come sit.
Oh, I mean, at least you get some.
You can call me Sylvan. I don't think I
Sylvan.
I don't think I ever actually introduced myself.
Sylvan. Drunk, Finn, Embrin, Tranquility, Zigbist.
Outside of like.
And
Nice
who's
to meet
this?
all of you finally.
Yeah, who is friend?
It's like one of those
What did you say your name was?
Get away, but as soon as you do, you
Zigbist.
You all can call me Whisper.
Ooh, Whisper. Cryptic.
So,
like we forgot.
Whisper has offered
We
me
lost the
a
shower.
job, and he's hoping that we'll all be in on this job. Whisper, would you like to explain this job to everybody?
Absolutely.
Is he still wearing the hood over his face?
I was
He
just
is.
about to say.
I want to take a
Drunk-
peek.
I was gonna say, Drunk is gonna stand up and go, hood in a bar, very cliche, and make a move to just throw the hood off of his head. I can sleight a hand if you want.
Roll. You could do sleight of hand if you're being sneaky about it. You could do sleight of hand Otherwise, it would be probably a. Actually, that'll probably be about it.
I like how Drunk is aware of the cliche of dude in the bar with the hood up. Of all
Drunk-
things you know.
Drunk knows many things. Drunk can articulate well. Drunk knows many things. Hood and bar cliche. Throws the hood off his head.
He's eaten enough of them to know.
You kind of sneak up a little, not even really sneak up, but you kind of like reach around the backside of him, and you pull the hood, and you see that he's just kind of a typical human male. Looks very disheveled. He's got this scraggly hair, unkempt beard, very distinguished features. Possibly middle-aged, human. And he just kind of has these dark brown eyes that are kind of darting back and forth as you pull the hood back from him.
What? No scars? Drunk could be wearing hood. Drunk has reason to wear hood. Drunk doesn't wear a hood. Why wearing a hood? Perfectly average-looking man. Blend in with bar already. No need for hood.
He looks at you.
Okay.
He says, "Sometimes we use hoods to obscure our identity."
Standing out more with hood on would be more
I was
obscured
about
not
to
with
say.
one.
He pulls it back up over his face.
Embarrassing. Okay.
Do I recognize him?
Roll me history.
Okay. I'm so good at history. Look at how good I am at history.
Yeah, you're awesome at that.
Yeesh.
Would Tranquility have a shot?
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone? Okay.
Oh,
Hell
natural
yeah,
20.
nat 20 plus 4.
Yeah, I already tried to recognize who this guy was before, so I guess it doesn't matter for me at this point, right?
Currently, no. Only because your particular life was a certain way.
Gotcha.
This is kind of in a different context. Tranquility.
Hmm?
You've read some historical contexts of like recent years, that is, of a there's just, like these tall tales that tell stories of these really gung-ho adventurers that are trying to find luminolith shards. You're not. The stories don't say why. It kind of like goes into weird specifics of like maybe their lives. You're not sure if it's actually true. Maybe some of it is exaggerated or whatnot. But it does seem that people do seem to take bounties for luminolith shards. If there's some to be found, they will most likely do the job and get paid to do it. And this guy seems like one of those guys.
Okay. But I don't know right now that Sylvan already told him that we are looking for one, or I do know that based on what she said.
Don't know that quite yet.
Okay.
I will say, though, that he seems to be on relatively the same path as you. He wants to find them.
Okay, well, yes. So, I mean, since he came over here at all, then she probably has an idea of what's going on. I think she's going to hang on to her knowledge for now and just share that with the party when he's gone, because that would make us rivals.
Okay.
Petition.
So, you see this Whisper character look to you, Sylvan, and he says, you're all... Now that you're all up close and personal, you're definitely the right fit. I've been looking for a group such as you for a while now.
Not sure that you're the right fit for us. Silly hood in a bar. What are you offering?
Let the man speak.
Please.
Fine,
Let him
fine.
explain the job.
I'm sorry that I appear as I do, because my identity needs to be kept secret. And where I go, people might know of me. So I need to remain hidden as much as possible. So that I apologize for. But the job at hand is, well, you see, I think I'm correct in saying that you all have been tasked by the Luminar Council. Yes?
Nodding.
Tranquility is just looking at him.
Same.
Proceed with the job description.
We need to find a shard.
You don't say.
Why?
Who is we?
But we don't need to know why. We just need
Us.
to know what they're offering.
I would like to know why. These are national treasures, aren't they?
They can be, yes, but my clients are very interested in acquiring and utilizing them.
For what?
Everyone is these days. Yes, for what is the best question here?
I can't say for
Drunk
sure.
immediately, like beaming at Tranquility, acknowledging that.
I can't say for sure. But it's not really my place to say either. I do the job, I get paid. I give them what they wish, and they go and fulfill their own goals, and that's nothing consequential to me. I get
And
paid.
what is the pay?
Substantial.
Give a number to
What is
substantial.
substantial?
Define substantial, please.
We do have a client who can make substantial from your client probably look like piss money. So you have to be a bit more specific there.
1,000 gold
Drunk is
apiece.
laughing and clapping at the group, agreeing with
Shut
him.
up!
Shut up!
1,000 gold apiece.
1,000 gold. My eyes.
How much was the council offering us?
You don't
Gratitude.
know, but it does seem like they weren't quite specific on those details.
Only cheap people aren't specific.
He says, 1,000 gold apiece. You help me find a shard. We acquire it together. We return it back to the council. We get paid. You get your cut. How's that sound?
Quick question. What is your cut?
I can't really go into the specifics.
Can't or won't? Because if we're going out and collecting all of these shards, which are national treasures, correct? I feel like you would be getting paid more than probably 1,000 each, right?
Can I choose both?
Mm.
Can't and won't, that is.
See, that makes me less likely to trust you, unfortunately.
Look, whether or not you agree, or even feel like you should agree with my motives, or even the Luminara Council's motives, mind you, what have you got to lose? If anything, you have everything to gain.
You see, that's what's funny about someone like me. I don't really give a shit about what I gain as long as I get paid. And right now, I've got a client that's willing to pay me a fairly decent competitive pay rate.
You
I think
retrieve the
council
shard?
mentioned 5,000 apiece.
What'd you say,
Are you
Zim?
just saying numbers?
No, council mentioned 5,000 apiece.
I
What
don't
did he
remember
say?
5,000.
Did they out of character? Did they?
I
No!
don't believe
No.
that.
Play along!
Trust me, if I was like, I'm thinking to myself, did I? And then
Absolutely not.
I love that Drunk. It's like sitting there like, please play along out in
Imagine
You're all
Rude and I
like,
help
wait,
with
did
this.
they? And Drunk is like,
Yes! Wink,
Q's
wink.
drunk of not knowing things.
You mean 10,000 apiece?
Imagine we
10,000.
deny this. We deny this guy for 1,000 gold. We get to the council, turn in the quest. All right, here's 500. We're all just like, well,
I would be
Yeah.
livid.
Well, we would
What?
also be offered positions, prestige, and a fair amount of influence. So there's, there's perks.
Plus, we
Listen,
could get a nice jabby
And
place here.
Whisper might well offer us a knife in the back and a shallow grave. Not that Tranquility is going to say that out loud at this moment.
what did Whisper say in response to what I said?
What did you say again?
I said, I don't really care about what I have to gain. I care about the paycheck, and my client's offering a really competitive pay right now.
He was going to say, well, that sounds like someone who's a sensible thinker.
Well, perhaps now would be a good time to negotiate a price instead, because I'm pretty sure that the council has offered us more than 1,000 gold.
Roll me persuasion. And of course, you can gain advantage from that if everyone likes to assist in you.
Yeah, help
doing
action.
that.
Help
I
action. Actually, wait, who has the highest charisma?
I'll give.
the warlocks
Well,
should.
it's she just rolls with advantage.
Right.
So
Yep.
I'll boost. I'll give her advantage. Ember will say, yes, because when you have services that you're saying are needed so much by someone like you, I think you'd want to negotiate a bit better to get what you want.
That's why I'm willing to listen to your offers.
Is that where she gets advantage on persuasion?
Yes.
Must be
Roll
desperate
it
to approach
again.
strangers in a bar.
With a hood on, in a bar.
He says, again, despite my appearance, I would think that the call of good pay is reason enough.
Shadow, are you gonna roll your advantage?
Yeah, you can roll persuasion again.
Oh, just to persuade.
I helped you.
Yeah, you
I
can just
helped
roll
you
it
get
again.
advantage.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
better
go.
number.
Better number.
He says,
Big number.
all right. What numbers were you thinking? I have a
I'd
little
like
bit of
to
wiggle room.
Kind of step away and consult with the rest of the group privately.
Okay. He will allow you to. He'll kind of like fold his hands over each other and take some sips from his drink as you guys kind of step away.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the group, like, okay, guys, how much money do you think we can get out of this?
Highball
Should
it
ask
and
for-
then. Yep.
Tranquility is going to cough very softly and say, if I expected a deal to be honored, I would not expect it to be by somebody who was hiding his face and disguising himself.
Drunk nodding vigorously at that. Extremely
Yeah,
skeptical
agree
of
with
this
that.
man. Need a upfront pay at very least.
Well,
Upfront pay might be.
There's also 6 of us and 1 of him. So if he
could
I
just
was
rob
about to
him.
bring that up.
lowball us.
Excuse me, I didn't wish to say this before, but I do know that there is more than one adventurer putting their skills to a less than idyllic purpose and working around the scenes, one might say, to gather these shards. It's very possible that while he does not have friends capable of going out, he is perfectly capable of having friends lurking in alleys, preparing to stab us in the back.
That's a
Suppose
fair
bad
point.
idea to
Yes.
But I
attack
know
him
these
then.
alleys like the back of my hand, and I know the inner networks of what's going on in the city. Would that
Good
make
to
any
know.
Difference?
Perhaps,
You
but out
go
of
ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. Out of character, though, Tranquility knows that there's this adventuring network, so I think she would be skeptical. But I don't know how to say that in character.
Mm,
This does kind of give you the vibe of maybe this guy is another I guess, kind of hired help for the council to maybe acquire shards. But he does seem to have this air about him, like he's not quite on board with maybe what they want or how they want to use the shards. There's definitely like this sort of discourse going on between what you're saying and what he believes.
So there's definitely some ulterior motives we're not aware of.
That could be the case. Yeah, it doesn't seem very likely that you would be approached by someone outside of the Luminara Council to have you do something like this.
I think instead of outright denying him, we can at least let them think that we'll be going ahead and going out, and we'll get back to them if we decide to.
Agreed.
Either way, we have to go out and collect these shards. What I think would probably be best is highball it, ask for 2K each. He's probably going to say no to that and drop it down to like 1.5 at that.
I've got an idea.
Okay,
Okay.
let's hear it.
Just shoot the high ball, ask for a small portion up front. If he
Yeah,
breaks,
agree.
If we ask for a portion up front, then we are basically sealing ourselves into having to give him the shard. If we
Or
don't,
killing him.
we can have the choice after.
Finn, let me tell you something about mercenary
We
work.
could always kill him.
Exactly.
Let's not go straight there.
Finn, mercenary work is not run by the honesty is the best policy rule. It's run by the highest coin go to the bidder. Whoever pays more gets my allegiance.
You know,
I mean-
we wouldn't be out of line killing them. I mean, these shards are, they belong to people already, even if they don't.
Also agree. Suggest maybe Embrin's idea of upfront pay good. Maybe call it supplying or equipment fee, something like that. So not
Buying trust.
not
about-
commitment to take job, but need initial payment to gather
ahead.
supplies to get ready for quest.
So 2,000 total and 500 up front. How about that?
DM,
Mm-hmm.
Tranquility would like to take a moment just to see if there's anybody else who might be reporting back to Whisper.
Okay. You're kind of watching as your comrades are, talking back and forth between each other, and you're looking at Whisper. He's just kind of patiently waiting, looking amongst the crowd. Nothing really stands out. In fact, everyone is almost very weirdly kind of forgetting that everything that's happening outside is happening. And they're like drinking and they're
Does promote
loud.
safe space.
It just seems weird. Almost like people don't want to even think about what is going on outside. They only
Tranquility.
really care about what's happening inside.
Makes sense to her. Okay.
Tranquility, are you mentioning that to the group that you're looking around, or?
I don't think she would, just because she's the idea of him having friends that might also be working against him is making her slightly paranoid.
It sounds
Okay.
instinctual, yeah. I don't
Okay.
think that would be something to be like, hey, keep an eye out, yeah. Okay, so anyways, Whisper says, are you done?
Have we all kind of agreed on the 2,000 payment, 500 up front?
Yeah, it's 2,000 ahead though, right?
Yep.
Up
That's what
front, yeah.
Okay, so
So-
I'll tell Whisper we want 2,000 and we want 500 up front to cover costs for any traveling and food and weapons we might need.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion, please.
I would like to use the help action.
Yeah, help action.
Okay.
No need.
Give him the
No
argument.
need 21 up front. Oh, you might as well roll it again to see
Yeah,
the
crit fish.
Yeah, crit fish.
I've never heard that phrase. I like it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't see the
Okay.
rolls. Ah.
All right.
20
21 and 20.
Whisper kind of, he just brings his hand up to his face and rubs his jaw and his chin a little bit. And just kind of, he's like, it's a steep price. But
I'm going to remind him that this is also not legal work, so the steep price is worth it.
he says, you have a deal. And he nods. He says, again, steep, but worth the cost.
Something tells me you can afford it.
I can. And he reaches behind his waist and pulls out a coin purse. And he opens it up and he hands each one of you 50 platinum pieces.
Let's go.
Let's
Holy
go!
shit.
Yeah, boy.
Hell
He
yeah.
says,
Some good ideas.
you have your prepayment.
Drunk is gonna blurt out. Also, this is not contract, accepting as initial goodwill. No promises yet.
I mean, there'll be no promises we even survive, really.
He looks at you and he says, no, there won't.
Risky business, end of the world.
Such a dangerous mission requires substantial pay, and I do believe you will receive far more after we complete it. I'm staying here at the inn for the night, and I plan to depart in the morning. I understand, at least from what I can gather from all of you here, is that you had planned to do so as well.
That is correct.
Good. I should think that our paths are going to be intertwined a lot more in the coming days. But for now, and he lifts up his tankard that's full, almost, of beer. He takes a big swig. And when he sets the tankard down, he pulls back his hood and he reveals his face again. He says, no more secrets. At least, not with this. I mean, you can stare upon this beautiful face all you want.
There's a very just pompous eyebrow cock from Embrin.
Drunk makes a kissy face at him, saying, beautiful face.
Thank you, Drunk.
Of course.
Thank you, Drunk, for your input.
And
Of
we will
course.
say that you all will converse over the coming hours, kind of getting to know each other a little bit.
Sure.
Learning. Sorry?
Sure.
For that
Yeah,
to happen,
sure.
I'm going to need to get a round of drinks for everybody.
Yep.
Oh,
We're fucking loaded now. He had smashed.
yeah.
That's right.
I do have a question for him.
Mhm.
How do we get in contact with you once we do have that shard? I don't think we've established a rendezvous or anything like that.
He says, don't worry about any of that. I will make sure that the package is delivered.
Tranquility is going to give you guys a very I told you so kind of look.
Drunk is 100% making eye contact with Tranquility and, like, very subtly nodding.
Subtly. Right.
So, out of character from the game, this Luminolith shard that we're getting for Whisper is the same shard that we've been tasked to find by the council, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so there's a good
What we
possibility that we're gonna need to lie a lot to.
Oh yeah, that's already started.
To be fair, if we get 2, then we've gone
I-
ahead and
Make
appeased
okay.
both people.
Or
Or we figure out a way to split the one into 2 smaller pieces.
wow,
True.
am I just not having an original idea?
They treat these
Is that what
things
you were
like
gonna
the
say?
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, I was gonna say like just find the shard and cut it in half.
This looks like a really clean cut. Now we found it like that.
Yep.
Looks like a saw went through it. Nah, we dropped it. I mean, we found it like that.
Contract.
Well, wait, if we shatter it, we have a bunch of shards.
Oh, even better.
If you all would like, just so we can give you a good idea of how not to approach these situations. I can.
think we're good.
All right. Then go ahead.
I would like to know.
Nah, we're good. Ride or die. Let's do it.
I would like to know the in-game knowledge.
History check, please, everybody.
Okay.
Nah, I trust.
I trust nothing this man says.
Oh. Oh.
This is also me saying
Watch
I
my
don't
natural
have a good-
20.
Sorry, yeah, I accidentally had advantage on, so it would be the 6.
Watch
Yeah,
me
it's
roll
like-
higher than all of you. Never mind.
Once
You're
again,
as dumb as the rest
drunk,
of us.
the man that can't fucking speak knows more than everyone.
Let's go.
Drunk. Just maybe it's the knowledge of the guy you consumed that you're now in the body of, or maybe it's stuff you heard along the way. But you have reason to believe that maybe that's not the case.
Maybe what's not the case.
So, shit, I'm having brain farts here. Brain farts!
Breaking the shard is a bad idea.
Right. There have been scholars in the past that have attempted to create new shards from bigger ones. They've tried to separate, they've tried to go from anything mundane as like taking a chisel and hammering a piece off versus actually performing rituals to try and break it apart and create smaller pieces. It has not worked. And in fact, there have been several situations where people have died doing so.
Okay. So I think with that occurring to him, he's laughing initially about everyone sort of like mutually coming to the same idea that like, oh, we could just split the shards, and like, oh, it didn't specify the size of shard, and suddenly he's just gonna like freeze up and like physically look around like he's like looking for something and go, actually, wait, no, can't break shards, dangerous. Remember has been tried, ended up killing everyone that tried, can't split shards, stuck with whatever we find. Unfortunate.
Question. Did it work? Did they actually split it before they died? Can we get some poor sucker to do it for us?
According to the research notes involving this whole scenario, it appears no, it did not work. And in fact,
Damn.
the energies expounded from the shard as they attempted to do so was enough to kill them.
And then all that remained was the full crystal.
Correct. So
That's
really, this can only give rise to the idea that the actual luminolith, before it was ever shattered, the sheer amount of energy and force behind the shattering itself must have been on a godlike cosmic scale.
Drunk is communicating all of this to the group.
And so you're counting your loot, your payment,
I finally have money.
and Whisper says, "Don't spend it all in one place." And at this point, he takes one last swig from his tankard, and he puts the mug down on the table, and he stands up. And he says, "Had a particularly long day, so I'm going to retire for the evening. I am leaving in the morning. You may all join me, should it be convenient for you, but otherwise I do not wait for anybody. If you're behind, you get left behind."
So he's gonna be accompanying us for this whole next mission, right?
It seems this way, yeah. He has a place in mind for you to follow him.
Okay.
And it seems the Luminara Council also has a place in mind, one which you do not quite know yet. And,
Hey, DM.
yes.
Sorry, I didn't know if you saw the conversation in the chat. So, before he can get up from the table, Tranquility has had her hand, like her palm up in front of the stack of coins in front of her. So, picture like a very pale face with mascara tears drawn on it, just staring at him. And then she just silently places her palm over the coins and pushes them back across the table towards him.
He says, "You aren't like your friends, are you?"
She clicks black nails on the tabletop and says simply, "We cannot be bought."
Well, some of
Drunk
us
is
did.
watching this exchange horrified and then pushes his back to and goes, "Yeah!"
He says, "Okay, that's fine. Can't say the others that you accompany will agree with you."
Zigbist he'll just kind of like indifferently toss his coin sack back because like he believes that we're only going to get out of this together, and if one person's decided they're not going along with it, well, unfortunately the rest of the team can't. But he's kind of an indifferent person, so
Well, shit. I'd do the same.
Tranquility doesn't know what she started, but she's down with it.
Whisper. He just like watches everybody toss their portions, their upfront payments back into the area in front of him on the table, and he just says, "So does this mean we don't have a deal?"
I think for me, at least for now, we can discuss that later. Where can we meet you in case we do change our mind?
"Oh, you won't have to worry about me. I will be leaving in the morning, as I said. You all can enjoy your journey together, and I, for one, will be leaving everything behind. So take it or leave it. It seems you have chosen to leave it."
So what I'm hearing is the best way to get in contact with you is just saying Beetlejuice over and over.
Out of game, sure.
whisper.
Beetlejuice. And then you got Michael Keaton showing up with the, "Hey, you bunch of losers!"
Fucking model.
Nice fucking model. Oh man, I haven't. Oh Jesus, that movie.
Yeah.
So he says, "No, you will not be able to talk to me after this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity that I'm offering you. It's nothing really substantial enough where you have to change your entire lives to go after it, but I could use some help. I know that the path forward towards this shard is going to be troublesome, dangerous, and I need a group of hardy individuals such as yourselves to accompany me. Far be it from me to even offer you anything worth that. You seem to not want it, which is fine. I can deal with things other than what's going on currently.
It sounded like he said that with a pout. I can deal with things.
He's basically saying, I will get this done regardless of what you say. And this is just an opportunity for you.
Big talk for the
I
guy
see.
approaching strangers in a bar, but okay.
Hmm.
Do that.
You
gonna
can
lose a
attempt to
hand.
do that. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Don't fuck up this roll. Okay, alright.
Alright, give me a moment here.
Hold on, I'm
Let me
gonna
just
try
roll
to do the help action by spilling my wine on the table.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's really good.
So advantage then. Yeah.
Also,
Yes. Go ahead, Tranquility.
Oh,
can I provide a bardic inspiration?
Oh my
He just
god,
rolled
you
a
start
25.
playing
I don't know if he
shit.
needs it.
oh my god. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, give me a second here. Okay.
Drunk is
Actually-
gonna stand up and go ahead.
No, you're incredibly lucky. You actually beat his perception by 1. You managed to steal. Give me a moment here. 15 platinum.
Damn.
It's not bad.
Well, you might want to wait on that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, hey, just
Just happened to come upon this stack of platinum coins.
They were on the floor.
15 platinum, yeah, which is the equivalent of 150 gold.
Hell yeah.
So is
All
that
right.
crying or laughing?
Both.
We're gonna give Tranquility a fucking stroke by the end
Yeah,
of
it's
this campaign.
got
Yeah, this is-
the quintessential anime vein pop out on the forehead with the flat under the eyes there, where they're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you piece of shit.
Well, she's not going to point out how unlikely it is that he thinks he just dropped it. She'll just nod like a martyred Gothic princess.
I mean, obviously he's carrying a shit ton of cash, so I don't know if he would necessarily notice 15 missing straight out.
That's
Well,
true.
It'll take a
Make-
minute.
Regardless, he kind of fades back a little bit as the wine spills, and he doesn't quite pay attention to what you're doing, Sylvan. And you snag a few coins out of the purse as you kind of toss it back to him. He says, "Oh, okay. Then, in that case," he kind of grabs everything up, stuffs all the coin back into a primary satchel. He says, "Seems I will not find the courageous sort here." And he will stand up, and he'll start walking away, not saying anything other than that.
I just kind of tip my, what's it called? My hat. What did I say? Have a good evening. Oh, I do have a suggestion for that gold. Since it's a odd I can just take one because I already have 90 gold. So y'all can just split the rest even.
Do we want to stop him from leaving, or we're okay with this being the end of that? Yeah. I mean,
would
we
Go
can
ahead, yeah.
stop him and ask him to give us the night to think on it. If
You
if
have
we
plenty
wanna
of
do
time,
that.
yes. And of course, Sylvan, you were. I mean, I don't know if you were trying to focus on lifting coin from him at the time when this was all happening. You were kind of using your moments to like his distracted moments to take a few coins off of him. So it makes sense that you were lapsing a little bit there, which is fine. But as of right now, you guys literally have like 10 seconds before he's gone.
Okay, DM, in order to make things
Mhm.
slightly easier, can Tranquility go perform with the bard so that the guy can see that she is out of the way?
You can get up and go away and kind of.
Okay,
I wouldn't say that you're gonna perform with the bard. I mean, Phasia the Fair, she's a one person act.
okay. Tranquility will just go up front and listen then.
I think
I
even.
say we let him go.
Well, do we want to discuss it more? Do we want time to discuss it? Somebody can
We
stand
don't
up.
have time, and this is causing me a lot of stress. So
I'll leave
let's just
this to
take the
you.
more.
As
Does anyone
he's walking
feel-
away,
We're being good, guys. We're
If,
being good, guys.
yeah. See, that's the thing is, you guys can choose whatever you want. Out of game as a DM to you. Technically, the direction that you choose is kind of slightly matter. I would say that as he's walking away, Whisper will kind of turn back to you and he'll look at you and he says, I'll give you the night to think on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Insults and then turning back. See you in the morning.
And he did mention that he would, he did mention that he would be here for the night as a patron, and that you all can kind of mull through this together and not necessarily be
Okay. Rushed.
rushed. Exactly.
Yeah, that's much better. I think we should discuss it. So I think as he's walking away after saying that he'll give us the night, Drunk is going to turn and go, "What an asshole!"
Tranquility is going to.
22.
Yeah, let's go. We do
Okay.
have 15 platinum to spend.
If you would, I mean, 1 platinum will literally pay for everybody's drinks for the rest of the night. So
Let's go. Drunk is buying. Drunk is like, okay, drink on Drunk.
Okay. I'm sorry. How much
As-
platinum did we split? I got lost.
15 platinum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could really, you don't really have a money changer close by. So, ooh,
How about
Jesus.
Can Drunk just run up to Eli with the platinum from Sylvan? Not like super loudly, because obviously he doesn't want. If Whisper's still in the bar, he doesn't want to like be super obvious about it. But give it to Eli and go, drinks for the night. That bottle that you had out, give to us. Bottle
He-
on table.
Looks at the platinum that you place in his hand. He says, What do you want me
Matter
to
where
do
it-
with this? I'm not a bank.
The
This
bar
is
tonight.
this is a lot of.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's her right there. She's got the magic answer. He takes the platinum out of his hand. He gives it back to you. He says, "While I appreciate it, it's a bit too lavish for this scenario."
Fair.
And he reaches out and grabs the gold from Sylvan. He says, "Same round, everybody. Same thing."
Yes.
Break out that bottle from under the bar too. Drunk wants that.
I
Okay.
think I'll turn in for the night.
Oh, Zigbist.
He grabs the bottle of this really fiery spirit from underneath the counter, and he places it on top, and you guys grab the bottle. He takes your payment. He smiles, like a little bit of a smirk, upturned corner of his mouth, and he says, enjoy.
I feel
And
like we're about to get poisoned or ripped off, but it's
I
fine.
know.
It's either like a magical poison that when we drink too much of it, it's going to be bad, or I don't know. It's fine. I don't even care. Drunk is excited.
so what we'll do is we'll say that the course of the night kind of unfolds, and you guys are laughing, telling jokes, telling a little bit about yourselves to each other. Zigbis, you go to bed. You take your respective room. You go through that door that leads into the long hallway that you can't see the end of, and you find your room. And you go inside and you set your stuff alongside your what you've chosen to be your bed for the night. There's this little pedestal next to it where you can set all your belongings on it. And you climb up in. And as you begin to drift off to sleep, you can't help but feel that despite you being in a very strange place and not knowing anybody and kind of being a fish out of water in this new area that has all these new rules and parameters, you feel generally at peace. And you begin to drift off to sleep.
Out.
Those of you downstairs, you continue to drink and be merry in these dark times.
Quick question. So it was 2 platinum per person and 1 for Finn?
It's 2 platinum per person and then an additional platinum for 1 person, I believe.
Cool,
15. So technically it's 2.5 platinum per person.
Okay. So, does it make sense for This is drunk talking. I'm not doing the character voice.
Actually,
Sylvan
y'all can
keep extra piece. Yeah.
If y'all want, I don't need one because I already have 90 gold. Y'all can just do 3 each, I think.
Platinum.
Yeah, but that's just like 10 gold. Like each, right? Each platinum piece is like 10 gold pieces.
2.5 would be 25 gold pieces.
Yeah. So I'm okay with foregoing 1, and y'all can just split it up evenly with 3 each. I think that'll be the easiest to split up anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Tranquility is going to give up and accept stolen lucre, although she's going to mutter very softly into her teeth something that sounds an awful lot like a prayer in Celestial.
Even you rich folk, you could use a little extra. Why not?
It was stolen
Who's
from
speaking
evil, and that makes
Celestial?
it good. Yeah, she speaks Celestial.
You too?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can
Friend.
have conversations.
Wait, why do the warlocks both speak Celestial? Hold on. Wait a minute.
What?
Someone was mentioning what they wanted to do. Sorry.
Yeah, just really, really quick. Is it super late? Is there a chance that blacksmith would still be working, open? The shop would still be open?
It's going into the time of not only darkness but nighttime, and
Okay.
people are starting to they're closing up shop. They don't want to be open for generally any longer than they want to be. So
Yeah. Okay. Do it in the morning. Never mind. Drunk was going to go use the platinum to buy that ridiculously priced chain, but do it in the morning.
right, yeah. You don't know, but you. Mm-hmm. Yep, the chimney. Right. All right. Then there's only one way to find out. No, that's all right. What we'll do is no, that's fine. Totally works.
Drunken
You guys
drinking and entering.
finish your drinks, and Sylvan appears a little restless, and you, I assume, would probably say something like, "Oh, I'm just going to go out and walk around for a bit." Everyone else, do you retire to your rooms or to the room?
Tranquility absolutely will.
Okay.
Drunk needs to go take a walk, but doesn't need to be in scene on camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. I'm just gonna go home right quick, but I'm not. I don't need to actually do anything. My character just goes away for a bit.
Right. Okay. Sylvan, you take this opportunity to go off into the night and kind of meld with that world that you're always used to. The one where you can slip between the shadows and emerge wealthier somehow. And you make your way past all of the shops in Bright Market. You can see that some of them are closing down for good for the night. And everything's becoming darker. Some of the lanterns that line the path that you walk are lit up by small fragments of the luminous shards. And you make your way down towards Sunforge Armory, where you first kind of felt the need to really get your hands back into what you know. And that's theft. You approach. The eclipse is looming high above you in the sky, and darkness has completely enveloped the armory itself. It appears that the owner is not around. You don't hear the clanging of metal, the working of it. And the chimney is not bellowing smoke. Go ahead and roll me a D100, just to be sure. Here. Roll something here on my end. Okay. You get atop the armory and you realize, this might not work because the chimney itself is a little bit smaller than you thought it would be. So you decide that maybe the best way of getting in is through the front. It is, yes. So what I will need is a tool check. Lockpicking tools. Or thieves tools, sorry. It's thieves tools, yep. You just click on the thieves tools, and it should roll a number. Input value. Click on the name Thieves Tools. It does the input value. Okay. Let me see if I can. Yeah, let me take a look here. So, okay, so what you want to do is get rid of the cogs. You can just click on the cogs and they'll minimize. Now you can click on the name Thieves Tools. And your attribute for that should be Dex. Okay. Damn, really? Okay.
Level 2 life.
I suppose an advantage could work here because you're able to take your time and not necessarily worry about onlookers or anyone trying to hamper your. Go ahead, yeah, that's fine. Let's see what we got. Okay.
Nat 20.
After a few moments of jiggling with the lock and using your tools to try and get entry, you hear a as the front door seems to unlock. You can feel a slight vibration in the tools themselves, and you're saying to yourself, "Pay dirt." Yep, it's dark inside. It's still slightly warm in here from when the forge was kind of shut down for the day. There's still some embers of coal in the forge itself, so it's a little warm. Looking around, you see some freshly made blades from possibly the previous day. And you also, let's see, roll me an investigation. Okay. Are you looking for anything specific other than gold? Okay.
So selfless.
I know, so selfless. Just goes in and
So generous. Yeah. Steal from the shop to give to the friends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're looting through the shop. I mean, you're grabbing what looks good. You see, there's some nice long swords, shiny, flashy, new. There's a coin purse that seems to be hidden beneath the counter, rather stealthily, but you have become accustomed to this sort of lifestyle, so you know people's habits and you understand where they might try to cut corners or hide things. And you find a satchel with 8 gold in it. And you also find what appears to be a key. But it's the strangest looking key you've ever seen in your life. It's large. The where you actually grip the head of the key is made of solid gold, and the rest of the key appears to be kind of sort of a dull iron colored. It appears very special. Meanwhile, drunk.
Yes.
You said you were going out?
Yeah, just, taking a little stroll, Not doing
Okay.
anything.
Could be doing anything.
I mean, I'm
Where
doing something.
are you strolling?
Somewhere where it looks like, I'm obviously not going to follow Sylvan. Sylvan is his friend, but, Sylvan types would be potentially hanging out. Drunk
Right.
you know,
Okay.
guy's got to do what a guy's got to do, you know.
So you will say that you leave the Golden Oak and you pass the glowing tree, and you feel like you're maybe stalking Sylvan a little bit, but not too much. You're taking in the environment and what's transpired over.
I think also like does a big stretch and then just like exaggerate, like tries to feel like the alcohol in its system a little bit, and then just leans into like how like absurdly drunk he can possibly act. Like it's just it's showy to the point where it's not super believable, but he's feeling it enough. He can sort of method act to like just like look, you know, blackout wasted.
So yeah, just going around and acting like a fool.
Yeah.
We'll say that you kind of wander around the perimeter of Bright Market as this is all unfolding, and you round one corner. There's a few people walking along the street, and they don't quite notice you, but they are trying to remain safe and hidden. They're walking at a brisk pace. And it's at this moment that you look over at one corner of the street where it kind of bends around one of the outer walls of the Obsidian Quarters. And you see a small group of wardens with their luminolith scepters. And you can see this beautiful, glowing, radiant light kind of emanating out from where they are standing. And it's providing protection. And they're kind of going about their work. And unfortunately for you, you notice that their work is removing bodies from the streets. And in a brief moment of sadness and horror, you see them loading Sky's body onto the cart.
Oh,
Damn it.
Why?
Yeah, I think Drunk's pretty broken up about that. Obviously, you know, the drunk affectation immediately drops and he's kind of...
And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
A sad ending.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like doing it, but you know what? You gotta grab him by the fucking feels and you gotta fucking chug! I'm just kidding.
Hey,
That's fine.
yo.
I like these kind of cliffhangers too.
You gotta fucking rip their hearts out and put them back in.
I've already
having
done
such
that.
a good night. We just stole a bunch of platinum.
Hey, you're the one who
drunk.
decided to go out and see the depressing shit.
I mean, I wasn't looking for
Emberance.
depressing shit. I was looking for something else, but...
Emberance at the bar still getting lit.
yeah.
I'm stealing stuff.
I don't even know what the Matrix just tried to tell me.
Yep.
But I think this will mark the end of the night, quote unquote, and we will probably continue with the morning next session.
Yay, a full
All
rest.
right.
The first full rest of the campaign.
Yes, you guys get your full rests, long rests, and you get your HP restored, all that shit, blah, blah, blah.
Let's go.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Good
I was like,
night.
I'm still chilling. I'm having a good time. Emberance said, man, I ain't got shit to do with this shit. I'm going to stay here. I'm getting drunk. Let's go.
Finn's just in his espresso depresso. Like,
Y'all gonna
feels
come
right
back?
now.
Y'all gonna come back to the tavern? Emberance still happy.
I think that
Yeah.
if I wasn't out busy stealing shit all the time, then I would probably want to hang out with Emberin, like as a person.
Yeah, I think Drunk probably after that will go back and, you know, initially look pretty fucked up and haunted, but
Good.
have a drink and shake it off.
Yeah.
So
We'll cover that all next
Yeah.
session. Really
Yeah.
grab that vibe.
Good
Harness it.
luck becoming friends with it, close friends with him.
That's right.
This is a trauma bond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
Gotta
for
love the trauma
me,
bonds.
because I'm apparently really good at hiding it.
For
All right.
See you
real.
guys later.
Have a good
Which-
night, y'all.
See you
Buddy.
guys.
Considering, Zim,
Yes.
considering one of my things is literally about diverting and not letting people find out what secrets I have as part of my personality.